This is my favorite Rosh Hashanah joke. You know what I hate about Rosh Hashanah? Is that I know that even after Rosh Hashanah, I'm going to keep writing 5778 on my checks instead of 5779. Greetings, hero. It is I, your friendly neighborhood rabbi, and I'm here today to answer the question, why does the Hebrew calendar have a different year on it than you might see in the secular calendar? Excellent question. But before I answer it, I just want to make sure you know that if you're just joining us now, this video is a part of a 31-day challenge. We're here in August of 2018. It's almost Elul 5778. Every day in August, there is a new video to help you learn more about the upcoming fall Jewish holidays. If you want to be a part of this challenge, which includes getting a downloadable guide that has all the dates of the coming year's holidays, getting a link to a new video every day, and being entered into a giveaway to possibly win a starter Jewish library, all you have to do is click on the first link that you see in the show notes below, or if you want to wait till the end of this video, I'll give you another link there. But back to the topic at hand, here in 2018, the Jewish year, or the year by the Hebrew calendar, is actually 5778. Why do we have more years? Is it inflation? It all depends on where you start counting. The calendar that is most broadly used in the world in business and international trade and commerce and things like that, so that we're all on the same page, is often called the secular calendar, but it's not secular at all. Based on a convention starting back in the Christian days of the Roman Empire of counting the years since the birth of Jesus Christ, which makes a lot of sense if Christianity is your thing. Not my thing, not knocking it, but I'm pretty happy with the thing that I'm in. Actually, throughout the last 3,500 to 4,000 years of Jewish history, depending on who you ask, we've had a number of different ways of counting the year. In the Bible, it'll say things like, in the 14th year of the reign of King David. Regnal years was a very popular convention throughout history where things were dated just based on how many years the current king had been king. Super egotistical, if you ask me. As late as 1,500 years ago or so, the Hebrew calendar reflected the date since the destruction of the Second Temple, which was incidentally a few decades after the birth of Christ. But by the time of Maimonides, approximately 1,000 years ago, we have used the convention of counting the years Livriat Ha'olam, or from the creation of the world, in some circles known as the Anno Mundi method of counting, as in age of the world. And so what some rabbis did many years ago is they went back into the text of the Torah. They decided that Adam and Eve were created on the first day of Tishrei, which is also Rosh Hashanah. Then they counted up how long those people lived and how long their kids lived and when they died and all this stuff and different events in the history according to the Torah. And they figured out how old the world was, at least according to the narrative of the Torah. And as of last Rosh Hashanah, we're going to say that the earth is 5,778 years old. Now, please keep watching. Don't freak out if you have a more scientific understanding of the age of the world based on geological evidence. I and most rabbis I know believe that the earth is far older than that. I think the last count was like 4.5 billion years. I and most rabbis I know believe that number, and yet we use this convention of 5,778, which will soon be 5,779 on Rosh Hashanah. What this does is it sort of keeps our narrative continuous since the beginning of the world and doesn't tie the year that we're marking to any particular event or person since then. Again, if you're a Christian, what happened 2,018 years ago, pretty big deal. I respect that. But for our religious calendar, we're going to go all the way back to our traditional understanding of the beginning. A couple of important notes to make on this topic. Sometimes if you're reading a text by a Jewish or even a secular author, you'll see years have the letters after them CE or BCE instead of AD or BC. This is a convention that's common among secular academics and Jews because BC means before Christ, and AD means Anno Domini, or year of our Lord, again, talking about Christ. Now, Jews around the world use the same calendar as everybody else for business reasons, for legal reasons, for planning, just so that we're all on the same page. But in our writing and in our printed materials, we don't anchor our measurement of time from the birth of a particular person. So if you're reading something that said such and such happened in the year 600 BCE, that's before Common Era, which exactly corresponds to somebody else writing BC before Christ. Likewise, if you see CE, it means of the Common Era, our interpretation of Anno Domini, or AD. Just wanted to make you aware of that fact so you don't read something and you're getting confused and it's like, they're using the wrong letters. Nope, we're using the right letters for us. And now if you want to, you can too. Hero, thanks for watching this video. I know this seems like a very basic question, but this is a basic question that I had back when I was asking basic questions. So I wanted to make sure you were in the loop before we celebrate Happy New Year 5779. And for all you calendar nerds out there, stay tuned for tomorrow's episode in which we're going to talk about why some Jews celebrate holidays for 2 days instead of 1 day. And after that, we'll get back into Slichot and Rosh Hashanah and so on. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of these videos about the upcoming fall holidays, make sure you are signed up for the challenge. Just click on the first link you see in the show notes below, or pound that orange square over there in the corner so you don't miss a single one, and you will be fully informed about the high holy days before they happen. Until then, hero, peace.